Hi everyone that's joining us on YouTube. We are painting a Hawaiian Sunset today on YUPO paper, and we're going to use a little bit of glue to help our paint stick to the paper. This is lightweight YUPO paper. This is a picture that Aubrey took at her last trip home to Hawaii. So what I have here in my hand is actually just white glue, and I have it diluted with a little bit of water, and I'm going to squirt out just a little bit onto my paper. And then I'm going to take a spray bottle and spray it. And my 3/4 inch brush. And I'm going to smooth the glue all across. So I just have a little layer of glue. I'm looking for fingerprints. There's some right there. So if anywhere in the paper doesn't take the glue, you know it's got a little bit of oil on it, but hopefully the glue will just, if you just scrub it a little bit, it'll go. Okay. Now I have to rinse my brush out so it doesn't have any glue in it right now. So the first color that I'm going to start with are the yellows. And the yellow is going to be, the first one is going to be raw sienna. You need it to be super clean. Here's the new one I stuck out. And well worked. My brush has to be super clean. Everything has to be clean before I put this raw sienna. Clean and well worked. And I'm just going to put it down here. So my horizon line is 1/3 of the way up. So I'm going to start this raw sienna 1/3 of the way up. And I'll put a little bit into the ocean in the middle. And now I have to rinse my brush. So every time I touch the glue, I have to rinse my brush before I go back to my palette. Now I'm going to go to Hansa Yellow Medium. Oh, it's so bright. And there's a very bright streak. And that's really what I want, is that nice streak in there. I'm just going to rub it into that raw sienna because it seems so dull. There's my streak. Now I rinse my brush out again. Do a lot of rinsing with my brush today. Go into Permanent Rose, add it to my yellow, and start to get this salmon color. That's nice and bright. I'm just going to go for bright today. One of the things I'm going to try to do is make brush strokes that go almost all the way across the paper every single time, because when I stop, it makes a little blob. Okay, so I touch the glue. Now I have to go back and reload my brush. want to get some of these salmon color right down the center of this painting in the ocean. Now, YUPO paper goes crazy and doesn't do what you want. So, now it's like a creative kid. You want to encourage the good stuff and take away the bad stuff that it does. So rinse my brush out again. I'm going to go for a little more yellow and orange in my sky. This one's, yeah, I like that. Again, my brush strokes are going all the way across the page. Most of the way. Every time I want to go back to my palette, I have to rinse out my brush. I'm going to keep saying that because it's really easy to forget. There's some pretty good oranges and yellows. Now we want to try not to make green. So what I'm going to do is add more permanent rose to my orange here and put more pure, not pure, but mostly permanent rose near the tops of the yellows. One of the things I found was that when I lift my brush up on the paper, it makes a little bubble. And the bubble is a little circle. So if I pop it, it's not popping it. Oh, they're so weird. Such weird paper. Now I'm going to go to cerulean. Super clean. My brush is clean. My paint is clean. My palette's clean. I'm going to add cerulean to the top. And there's ever so little bit down here above the horizon. Just want to slide it in here so there's a little blue. Oh, it's nutty though. This paper is nutty. It looks like a red hillside right now. We're going to keep working it though. It's, I think, almost impossible to use too much paint. For the very top of the sky, I'm going to add French ultramarine blue to my cerulean. Seems pretty bright. I think I need to add some indigo to it too. I have to rinse my brush out every time I've touched the glue. Oh yeah, I like that. There we go. I put a little bit of indigo into the French ultramarine blue and cerulean puddle I have. And I'm gonna run this across the top. Oh, I can see. So even on this one, I don't know if you can see it on my painting, but I made like one brush stroke, it stopped halfway, and I did another brush stroke this way, and I stopped halfway, and I have two little dots that looks like a nose or a mustache. So I'm gonna mix the cloud color now, which is going to be permanent rose and French ultramarine blue. I feel like I have some glue in my French ultramarine blue because of the way it's reacting on my palette. Oh, it's such a beautiful color. I just want to put a little bit on there and see what it's going to do. Like that color. I just think that bird, that cloud that I'm pointing to looks like a bird. I'm just stuck on trying to kind of put it in there like that. I'm going to put a little bit of indigo into that blue, beautiful blue mixture. That's more of the cloud color there. I'm just kind of dropping it on and then just kind of smearing it with the brush. I'm going to put these big heavy clouds in first, and then with less pigment put the little ones near the horizon in. Oh my goodness. I'm laughing at myself because I think this paper with the glue on it It just has its own mind, kind of like a kid. I don't want to overwork it though. I just kind of want to put it in there and just say, okay, good enough. They move a little bit on their own, these paintings, and sometimes if you just leave them alone, you'll come back and they've painted themselves. Even though I like the shape of that cloud. So there's my big dark cloud right in there. I rinse my brush out again because I touched the paper, but I'm going to go back into that same color, but I'm going to have a lot less paint in my brush now. And I just want to put in some little clouds. If I touch them, they make little spots. These are going to be along the horizon line. So they're much lighter in color than the ones that I just put in. And smaller, because they're farther away. So it's just like painting a mountain. The mountains that are farther away are smaller and not as bright. And there's kind of a light one up here. I'm going to put it in. A little change of scenery. Lifting up my board and adding the colors. Kind of blend on their own without me working them so much, although now I'm working it. I'm going to start adding in the purple for the ocean now. It's the same color. It's French ultramarine blue and permanent rose and indigo. I'm going to start over here. Well, I see a problem in my own picture right now is that I didn't really bring my sky down far enough, so I'm almost going to be splitting mine in half. I wonder if I should fix that right now before I get going. I think I better, because if I bring up this purple ocean, I'm going up way farther than the third. So I need to fix that right now. I can clean my brush out, and I'm just going to make a little bit more orange. That's supposed to be the sky. That I just lowered. I'm going to put some more of this color down into my ocean too. I like my little streaks of yellow. Okay, purple time. You can tell right now if I put this purple streak all the way across, it's just going to run, 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 run. So I'm going to work lower. I'm going to try one across and see what happens. That's my horizon line. I just put my horizon line in. And it's probably going to move around on me. And I'm making more purple paint, dark purple with the indigo in it. Ah, I had a big, huge blob of indigo. Oh, I'm going to go with it. Oh, no, I'm not. That's a great color for the tree, but not for the ocean. Right here. I want to keep my yellow out of my purple. Okay, a little less indigo this time. A bit more permanent rose. I like that one. I'm going to go with that. Okay, this is ocean color. There's streaks in the water in the middle that are orange and then purple and orange and purple. And as the purple waves come up closer to the viewer, they get thicker in a couple spots, because that's where the shadow is. And the highlight is the orange. Oh, it's just crazy. The bright orange is really in the center of the painting where the sun would be setting. So I want the sides of the ocean to be almost all purple. I have a rainstorm happening in my far right corner. Important to leave those oranges in the center of the ocean. You have to be brave. You put the purple across and leave the orange. It's time to put the land in. So I made that really dark color earlier. So I'm just going to start it at an angle. And I'm going to start down at the bottom. And I'm going to try to make this just as dark as I can, as solid as I can. This is not the ocean. And it's coming across. Makes a triangle down at the bottom of the painting. And I can put a little sepia into that. That will help it get nice and dark too. So the last step is this beautiful tree. It's just the darkest dark we can make. And it starts from the ground, which I'm going to try to put in again. The trunk of the palm tree is pretty skinny. It's really one brush stroke up. It stops about 2/3 of the way up. And it's skinny and it sort of bends in. They can be very skinny and really bendy. So here I go. I'm going to load my brush, extra load. Start here at the top. I'm holding my brush. Oh, it's hard to see. I'm going to here we go, that's better. Now you can see. So again, I'm going to start right here. I'm holding my brush, I'm painting up, and I'm going to go 2/3 of the way. And I believe that they're a little bit wider and kind of fluffy right at the top of these, because all the leaves that fall off sort of make that. Now I'm going to put the branches in for all the fronds. I'm going to try and make them as skinny as I can. So there's one that goes out more than over halfway. And then one that comes down, not quite as far. And one that kind of comes up over that one. Again, I'm rinsing my brush because I touched the glue. This branch here is foreshortened, it's coming toward me. So it's just a little shorty, and there's a shorty right here. This one here goes straight, and branches do go straight, but I'm going to lift it up a little bit. And then there's some that are going out and straight up. Oops, I made that nice and thick. So there, it looks like a starburst. Now what I'm going to do is start adding all the fronds. I'm going to start with the close one, and I'm just going to, they're all coming down from the center of the fronds. Making little strokes. Oh, that looks good. Over the pink there. These ones out the top are kind of just taking up, kind of darkening the top. Very nice. Up a little bit so we can see the bottom. Yeah, your ocean's really good. 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 Good palm tree, good fronds.
Palm tree.
I like the shape of your clouds. And it looks like your purple foreground is volcanic.
I know, it was a texture.
Yeah, I like it. Good. Oh, very good. Really nice. Good. My eye is kind of going all around. I like the shape of the clouds, and I like your shape of your palm tree, the waves in your water. You did a nice job. Nice land, nice and smooth, but a good angle and good undulations. Nice.
It was hard to get the. Oh, nice.
That's good.
Palm tree's goofy. Everything's kind of goofy, but
yeah. I like your water.
I like the water. Yeah.
Yeah, you did a good job on that. It's good. It is hard paper.
What?
Well, the colors are beautiful.
I know, but I didn't. It's awful.
Nice. Yeah. Your water, yeah, everybody's water is really good. Yep, very nice.
Ooh, palm trees, beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
That is pretty.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, your
Beautiful.
waters, yeah,
Nice.
really nice. Really
So it
nice.
definitely works better if you let it dry. But that
Well, thank you for joining us on YouTube and good luck with your YUPO paper.